Hi, I'm Vasundhara. I welcome all of you to yet another episode of Nav Durga series. What's Nav Durga series? 9 women-related challenges we are discussing with 9 powerful women and trying to explore what are the probable solutions. So far, the response has been great. We've been receiving a lot of messages and lot of love and lot of support from all of you. I thank you from bottom of my heart for that and beg for the continued support. Thank you so much for all of it. So, what's today's topic? Women and her entrepreneur journey. You may ask, is it really required? And that's what I got to hear when I spoke to a few of my friends who are already in powerful positions, especially me when I'm attached to some business forums. One of them is Business Leadership League. There are so many women around there who are there out there and making it big, and they are in that race. Then why this topic today? Because the data says there is only 14% of women entrepreneurs as compared to men. Is that the concern? May not be really. I'm sure that data doesn't include all the vegetable vendors or all the women who are baking cake at home or all the women who are selling clothes or having tuition classes at home. I understand all of it. The real focus of today's interview is going to be what are the different scenarios in which women actually enters in this entrepreneurial journey? Is she still encouraged from the society and from home front? Does she have challenges because her mobility is limited, because of her life stages or the responsibilities that she has at home front? Generally, woman is risk averse. Does that hold her from scaling up? What is it that she starts, gets complacent to a certain level, but doesn't grow beyond a particular level? We do have certain examples, definitely, but most of them stop their journey or get complacent after certain time. Why is that? And why is that woman on her own doesn't choose to be an entrepreneur? It's only when it is a demand from the family or a demand from the situation, most of the time she enters in this journey. And for this, we have our Durga today, Shwetapadma Mohanty. Shwetapadma Mohanty is CEO and founder of Business Leadership League, and she is the driving force behind Business Leadership League. What's Business Leadership League, you may ask? It is basically a forum which is trying to increase the visibility of all the businesses nationally and internationally. They're trying to empower them, groom them, help them in their journey. And it's Shwetapadma's and BLL's mission or a goal, you may say, that till 2030 they want to really empower 1 lakh such businesses. Shwetapadma believes that SME section or sector is the one which will actually get more economic strength to India tomorrow. So that's the sector where you need more focus, and that's the reason she is out there helping SME owners. Our Durga today, let's welcome Shwetapadma Mohanty.
Thank you, Vasundhara.
Thank you so much for choosing to be here today. And the first question, obviously, is Shweta Padma. When I called you up and asked you, would you, be there for this interview? Your yes was just yes, Vasu. What was the first thought that came to your mind?
I'll be very honest here.
Yes.
So I have been following this series and I've been seeing your interviews and the entrepreneurs and the women professionals you've chosen to interview. So I was in fact very excited that this is a topic I have a lot to share because of my experience as a woman entrepreneur and because of the work that I have been doing with SMEs. So a very different space, a lot of insights that I have gained in the last 4 years, and I really wanted to share it. So I was always thinking, when is Vasundhara going to reach out to me? And it's like when you desire
Teamed up inside.
yes, when you desire for something, it happens, and when the intentions are genuine, and you just call. So what? Why would I not say, oh yes?
Fantastic. I'm all excited for this interview then. So, obviously, my first question to you is Shweta Padma. Uh, Everywhere, why we now hear that women are there and making it big, and definitely we see a lot of business women too. Do you think in entrepreneur journey the gender role still stops them, holds them somewhere, or is the journey not very smooth? Would you like to say?
So, Vasundhara, before I focus on entrepreneurship, I have to give you a little facts to put things in context. So, this is based on, and all of our viewers can check these facts in the public domain. In India, because of our awareness and the Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao campaign, the number of the female infanticide has really gone down, which is a huge achievement for us as a country, and we should be proud of. Now, the women who are getting into primary and then graduate level programs has also increased. So, today in any graduate classroom in India, 51% women, and they have outnumbered the men in
Men
their
there,
classroom, which
yeah.
is a huge thing. But the most sorry part of this entire thing, that it's very unique, and I don't know how many of us know this, that the translation of this educated woman is not happening in workforce. And when I say workforce, it means all the jobs or becoming an entrepreneur. So when we are putting our resources and educating women, in fact they coming and taking part in the workforce to take the country and economy to the next level is not happening. The percentage is really low, and it has been going down in the last few years. And also the dropout rate of women who start, but post some years when family, and because of maternity and family challenges, the dropout rate is also very high. So this very fact states that what you are saying is the actual truth. So now I'll come to entrepreneurship. I have worked for 10 years before I started my journey. I am not from a family of entrepreneurs. So whatever I'm going to share today is based on my first hand experience and the insights that I have gained by watching things closely, by my interactions and my real time experiences. So when I worked, I come from a family, thank God, where women have been treated at par with men. All my sister and myself, we are all educated. She is working. I was also working after my MBA. I was allowed to travel to, my parents had that foresight. They said that you have to really open up to the world, and for that you have to travel and get more exposure, which cannot happen in a small city like Cuttack, which is my native. So in Pune, I completed my post graduation. Then in Bombay, I worked for 10 years. And before in 2019, I decided that, okay, I want to do something on my own. So in 10 years of my work life, I did not see the imbalance so much. In my family, because the kind of environment I come from, I always thought that, okay, maybe
If you want to,
woman,
you can
you
make it.
can, because I have always been allowed to pursue my dreams. Then in the workforce, not so much. But my last 4 years of entrepreneurship have been an eye opener. So I deal with BLL as a platform deals with SMEs. So typically SMEs into manufacturing and services. I have to tell you that a lot of people come and tell me that Shweta, why don't you do something for women entrepreneurs? Why are you not doing a regular event of yours for women entrepreneurs? Everything on my platform, why is the participation of women really low? And I fail to answer this because it is actually being a woman, I have made all efforts to do that. But somehow I have not been successful because of the ground realities. So talking about the reality in SMEs, in the space where you have manufacturing companies who are established, running profitably, going from one generation to the next generation, you hardly have women entrepreneurs who are managing or a part of manufacturing companies. Either they are running it or part of the team which is running it. Most of these women, if you see numbers, are directors because they are somebody's wife, a daughter-in-law, or a daughter, and they are there for namesake.
For the tick
Yes,
on the
they have
form.
no. Sometimes they don't have qualification. A lot of times they have qualification, but they have no serious say in the company, in the workings of the company, and running the enterprise when they have all the skill set to contribute. And a lot of women entrepreneurs that you see are there in the micro sector where the risk is low, where the investment is low, and so the output is also low. So a lot of women entrepreneurs that you see are in the space where is their hobby and
Correct.
passion, which has
Correct.
led to now a source of
income
income
also,
generation
and
for
I'll
them.
take care of my house, and in the time that is available to me, then I may bake cake, or I'm not denying that that also is an source of inspiration for many, and whatever they're doing is great. But then why is it limited to that is our question today,
Exactly,
right?
exactly. So a lot of respect for every home entrepreneur, every entrepreneur who is doing something to generate income. But in this space also, in a country like India, or in cities like ours, Bombay, or any leading city of this country, the opportunity is huge. So I have met a lot of these entrepreneurs. I tell them, okay, wonderful. Now that you've realized your passion, your hobby is also now making money. Why not take it to the next level?
Correct.
Why don't you do a Udyam Aadhaar registration? Why don't you take a GST? Why don't you formalize so that you can scale this up?
Correct.
But trust me, there are lakhs of such women entrepreneurs. There are so many I know who are all doing business in groups in very, very non-formal ways, I may call it, but not willing to take it to the next level where they can secure their future and the future of their income on the company, or give it an identity.
Correct. So, Shwetapadma, as you just mentioned, scalability is the question that I want to definitely discuss, and that will come later in this interview. But before even that, I want you to tell me, what has been your observation as far as, different scenarios in which women actually chooses to be an entrepreneur. Because men, most of the time, they want to make it big. They have that dream right from the childhood. They've seen their father doing that. So, I want to either make that big, or I have my own, aspiration. But this has been my observation. You can correct it or add to it. Most of the time, women will enter, as you said, hobby turn business. I have now extra time, so what can I do now? Or taking care of the family, can I just, do something? Then I have flexibility. Or it's my father's business. Now, maybe as a daughter, I'll look after this business for some time till, I get, it's an interim period till I get, married and go some other place. The fact remains that the woman is still relocated and not the man. That's a challenge still. Or sometimes now anyway, I'm sitting at home, kids are grown up. So what do I do? Do I, join my husband? So then her job again, remains limited to either HR admin or accounts, or the flexi time again, rules over everything. Or sometimes the situation is really bad and she has to make it. So then you really see those Durgas coming out of women, and they really make it, and they make it big. And we have those examples all around inspiring us. But why do a woman wait for something like this to happen?
True.
Is the thing that always keeps coming to my mind, Shweta. So I want you to throw some light on
So Vasundhara, all the reasons or instances that you have just stated, I agree with all of them completely. And if we look at the core, obviously the core will have a lot of problems, but I would say the top two reasons are lack of self-confidence, or what you say a self-limiting belief.
it.
And also the second most important thing is social conditioning, which has led this
Mm.
to this. Now, all the situations, just highlighting, I have seen a lot of women entrepreneurs who have come into the business to actually salvage the situation and take stock of things where things were going downhill. They have done it beautifully. I have actually seen women entrepreneurs supporting their male counterparts. It could be any male member of the family in in the best way. But when you interact with them, they say that okay, most of them are limited to HR and admin. When it comes to some important decision of the company, policy, financial decisions, oh, it is not in my purview. It is not in my purview. When it is going out and putting yourself out on the stage and communicating or taking, the ownership or credit of what you have contributed in the company, that also is not done by them, because they are supposed to, and they are, most of them are okay, doing and staying in the background. So this is my observation. And A lot of women entrepreneurs also don't come out of their comfort zone. They really underestimate their skills and their potential.
Is it by choice or?
Like I said,
Huh.
it is sometimes, a lot of times by choice,
Okay.
and also because of the conditioning in the society, in their families, in the companies that they work for. Now, you tell me, if you are making a woman who is your family member, you are making that person a director or partner, putting her officially on the records, she is the authorized signatory. Don't you think that person should also have a say in the business, should be involved, should be answerable? And the company could have any liability tomorrow. So how can a woman just sign papers and be there when tomorrow, when she is not in control of things?
Yeah, least know that what she's signing.
Exactly. And I feel women are very differently conditioned than men. So getting good women leaders would really change a lot of things at the cultural level of the company. Today, a lot of SMEs are struggling about setting a culture, the right identity of the company. A woman can bring in a lot of perspective.
Correct.
Only if she is allowed to do that and she believes she can.
So
I see a problem in both these things. So when I visit manufacturing facilities, because SMEs, a lot of my community members are manufacturing units, I don't see women directors or women in important positions on the shop floor. So you tell me, in a company where women are not involved in decision making, who takes care and understands the challenges or any kind of critical issues that are facing the women employees? There are a lot of semi-skilled, non-skilled workforce of women who are being employed in our manufacturing units. Who takes care of their health, hygiene, and their security in a workplace which is all male dominated?
correct.
How do we grow as a country? When manufacturing, which is a very, very important sector, and today the government and all of us are giving so much attention to it, which is actually the Make in India and all of that. If women are not part of such a critical thing, which is about innovation, which is about creation, how do you think as a country will we go forward? You can't just have women employees in IT and services, some limited sectors, and PR, media,
and the call center,
call
and
centers. Yes.
somebody who is just going to smile at people who
And
are entering
exactly.
the building premises. You said it rightly, absolutely. In fact, this has been an observation that if you have women in leadership position, you will attract a better women crowd, as employees
True.
also, because they feel secure, they are assured that they will be taken care of, they'll be heard of, and
True.
many other things that are specifically about women can be spoken about with comfort. So but still the scenario is still different.
Very different.
Yeah, so now coming to scalability issue, is she is averse to risk, or generally women are somebody who are protecting or taking care of, and don't want, there's even storing things for the rainy days, what the picture that has been created. So is this image of a woman which has been imbibed into girls right from the childhood, is stopping them from taking risk, or that's the reason why they don't really scale up? What's your thought?
I agree. A major reason is attributed to the conditioning in society and the family. And it first starts in your family, in your school, and then the educational institutions, and then in the society at large. Because the way you have been conditioned also decides what kind of a partner you choose for yourself, what kind of a family you move into. So, a simple thing which has nothing to do with entrepreneurship. Like we were just discussing this before the interview. Now look at the woman. I'm sure you must be knowing a lot of women who are very good in a lot of things. Capability, सब कुछ है. Childbirth जैसा most complicated and difficult process a woman does.
Correct.
And tell me that a lot of women tell me that I don't drive because my husband or my family thinks तू गाड़ी मत चला. It's not safe in your hands. जब एक फैमिली एक औरत के हाथ में सेफ है, द चाइल्ड और द फ्यूचर ऑफ द family is safe, which is the most important thing. How can the roads and cars and everything not be safe. And you tell me
I've heard this
so
so
many
many
times.
times, Shwetapadma. I know the only question that I ask them is the rickshaw fellow, the tempo driver, the truck driver who is driving. You think he has some two horns or a halo around him
Exactly.
just because he's a man, he can, and you can't. How is it that you know
And you know,
difficult for you and not for them?
true.
So, and you are educated, sometimes double graduate, MBAs, and they're still scared and they just give in
Given
because they're saying, no, it's okay, let the driver come and, take care of the car.
and you know, so I'm saying at least driving and all you can take care. There could be an emergency. You know, it takes care of your personal requirements and gives you a sense of security when you need it. Had men been better in driving, then our road statistics in India and road safety challenges हमारे country में इतने worse
नहीं
नहीं
होते.
होते.
So
We would have been much better. So
So
the
true.
facts for itself state
In
that
fact,
men
it's
are
proven that women will always focus on moving from point A to point B, where men are actually focusing on, pampering their ego while driving.
exactly
You've
all
seen it
this
all.
road rage and
But
all of that
still, yeah.
will go down if women. We have more women drivers.
So true. So
But एक
true.
simple, I
Yeah.
give this
The
example.
pattern continues in
Pattern
business too.
continues, you know.
So
So I feel a lot of
So
families and ये कि no as a woman तुम ये नहीं कर सकती, नहीं नहीं तुम HR का job करो 9 to 5 करो, but why? It should be a personal choice.
yeah, it just came to my mind. Sorry to intervene in between. I take Durga workshops, and at that time, when you mentioned preconditioning, it just came to my mind, and I thought I'll mention it here. So, how the preconditioning or conditioning starts from childhood, and it actually hampers your growth when you are in business scenario. Boys always will play. Football, or they will play volleyball, and it's all about numbers and goals. Women will play ghar ghar or doll doll. I don't want to say demean it, or yeah, we
True.
enjoy process. And that's given. But when you come to business, it's all about numbers, right?
True.
And these new rules of the game are then not known to the girl who was monitor in the class, and she was so proud about what she was. Suddenly she finds it, oh my god, why is this scenario not making me feel good? And then she stops herself from going ahead. So how can we empower girls, or this conditioning part, how can we take care as parents right when the a girl child is growing, is what I would like to hear from.
See, I can only speak from my personal experience of growing up. In every family, a female should be treated at par with the male. And I'm saying it's not about male female at all. It is to do with the mental makeup, the character, the attitude, the aptitude of the person. Now, like what we were saying. So, Vasundhara, just answering your question, I can only share a perspective because I feel there are no right or wrong answers, and my perspective, a lot of people may not agree.
So true.
But I feel that parents and everybody in the family, everybody, we need to look at people as individuals.
Correct.
Gender should
No
not
boy
play a
or
role in
So true.
defining the future course of action for that person.
So true.
You know, it has to be completely based on the aptitude, the character, the mental faculty, everything of that individual. So, like you were talking about the games that women play. Now, from childhood, I have been very different in terms of I have loved playing cricket. I have loved playing the outdoor games. All dolls and all these games have never interested me. As a person, I have always loved risk. I have always loved to go out and take challenges head on. And I have never sought any support when I had that in my family. And everywhere you have a support system, but I've never done. And that character has continued into my adult life and into my choices, good, bad. But and today the entire thing, the platform that BLL is, and I'm dealing with men all the time. But whatever I go through, my challenges, I have learnings, my failures, everything is my choice. And people in my family or my friend circle are the ones who have respected that choice. This is all that we have to do. We have to allow people to discover or find out what they like, what is their inner calling, and do it.
Correct.
So, at the end of the day, I see from my experience, because of the kind of work I do, because I'm very outgoing, I take things head on. I go out and solve things. आज बैंक का इशू हो, कोई गवर्नमेंट डिपार्टमेंट में जाना हो, या किसी इंडस्ट्रियल यूनिट में एकदम रिमोट एरिया में जाके you have to meet somebody which may not be the most safe surroundings. I do it all myself. There are a lot of people who really admire that and encourage and support me, which gives me that confidence to
Go
march
ahead.
further. But there are equally the same number of people who don't look at it positively, who feel that मैं क्यों कर
Why
रही
is she
हूँ?
doing
Why
this?
is she doing this? And there is always some invisible male force or some power which is helping and getting the work done. But why can't I do it myself? I believe in my capability. I'm working every day to build this capability up. So why would you always attribute this success to some
Through that
my
lens,
partner?
why are
Yes,
they? Yeah, why
to
are they
my
making?
partner or anybody. And why would you want to pull it down, pull me down, and say that okay, why anybody else has to be responsible
Yeah,
for my growth and success? Why can't I
yeah.
get the credit
Try
when
and fit into the frame that we have,
exactly?
asked
So
you to.
when this happens, I see this mindset with people in public when I deal with a lot of SME owners who are obviously from the other gender, and a lot of people when I have a completely female team today, and when I'm trying to get more talent on board, I see a lot of apprehension in males being a part of a company that is all woman driven.
Mm-hmm.
And also I see this challenge in a lot of women who are not ready to put out their stakes, and say that okay, here is a company which is willing to give me a chance and let me go all out and make the best of my career. So I see this across, and this has been my personal experience.
I think we're still making way out there, and people like Shwetapadma are heading the path definitely. And she said a very beautiful thing that treat a child irrespective of the gender. If he's creative, he's artist by heart, he or she, treat he or she that way. If she's somebody who is rebel, or somebody who really wants to be
True.
out there and be a sportsman, then let it be, or whichever. And I think just like nature does, the banyan tree knows that it's a banyan tree. Even if you give a different kind of fodder, it's not going to be a rose, and the vice versa. Why are we trying to change the professional paths of men or women just because they are in a particular gender role? That's what I think you said,
True, true.
and that's so true. It's a big insight today. So coming to my next question, which I was asking you, because of certain life stages, women has certain challenges, childbirth, or uh, typically still a woman is the one who takes care of ailing parents, or even parenting is majorly her role. So mobility becomes an issue, and if she's not a good mom, then even the society actually looks at her with a lot of judgment, and with it's a lot of pressure is created around her, and then she can't perform really the way she can for her business growth. So what do you suggest in such scenario? Then what does she do?
So, you and I both are aware that these are actually the practical reasons, and this exists in our society and families. Now, what is an easy answer to this? The only solution to this that everybody in the family, the male counterparts, everybody takes up the responsibility
Partly.
equally. We have been talking about women increasing the stakes and taking up the challenge and coming into workforce and taking entrepreneurship, getting into all fields. The same applies to men at home. So, it is because of years of, evolution that women have been taking care of the home front, and they have better skills. But what stops a man from also learning and picking up those skills? If women have been, from a society where they were completely at the back front, now we know that they are into all walks of life. If that cycle and
Has
that
changed a
graduation
bit.
has happened, the same needs to happen. Now, when
So
it comes to a home, if everybody in the family take up the responsibility, if children are brought up in a way where they are independent from day one, why do you think a woman would be stressed so much and going through a lot of already, we are blessed with a lot of things, but blessed with a lot of hormones also,
so
which create a lot of cycles every month in us. So when physically we have challenges, there's so many other benefits. We are mentally stronger, we are emotionally very stable, But then itne pressure ke under sometimes we give up and sometimes we choose to be happy with a little. But when all this infrastructure and support is provided by all of us, why do you think a woman would not go free?
So true, so true. So I think 50% of our population, if it is women, if we don't really now let it happen, if not now, then when? And if
True.
not us,
Then
then
who?
who is the
Exactly,
question. So
exactly.
true, so true. It has been really wonderful talking to you, Shwetapadma. So, for all our Durgas out there who are already entrepreneurs, or a few women who are now thinking of getting into journey, but then doubting, should I or should I not? I'm sure this interview is going to inspire them. What is your message for all Durgas there?
So my message to all Durgas there is, if you are really looking at making a career, a serious career, there's so many companies, and BLL is always looking out for young, talented women who are really serious about their careers. And also for all the women entrepreneurs out there, if you really want a platform where you really want to position yourself, your business, take it to the next level, reach out to your customers, suppliers, here is a platform for you. Please reach out to us and we will be more than happy to present you in the right light, connect you, and give you the kind of reach that you really deserve. But it has to be a step taken by you first. There are enough of stakeholders to help you in this journey. And I would take this opportunity to thank Vasundhara and really, applaud the work that she's doing and bringing out such critical things in the public where all of us can put out our views, share our opinions, and hopefully all this translates into shift of mindset, and that percolates into some amount of action going forward. That is all of us that we can do, because change does not happen overnight. And I always say Rome was not
Built
built
in
in
a
a day,
day.
but it was built every day. So, we have to make small and consistent steps, take small and consistent steps to reach there. And every effort that we are making, including this wonderful series that you're doing, is just a step forward. Let's all join and let's all work towards it.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you so much, Padma.